Hello everyone and welcome to a long overdue CULTIC devlog. It's been a hot minute since the last devlog, and there's quite a bit that's happened since then. I've seen some concerns about the game being dead, which is far from the truth, so let's take a look at what's been going on since the last devlog dropped in February of last year. In March of last year, I released the version 105 update, which included the new Crypt Survival map, some changes to ambient lighting, and brand new cleaned up sprite renders of all of the enemies. In April, work on some changes necessary for Interlude began, which was primarily the addition of alternate weapons. A new player model was created for the rookie, and a new enemy type and boss were created as well. Progress on Interlude was pretty slow because at the same time, my then fiance and I were in the process of buying a house and moving to a new city and planning our wedding all at the same time. It was a pretty busy summer. In July, we flew to Denmark to hang out with a 3D Realms crew and do some filming for Realms Deep. It was great to see everyone again, and I got to meet a bunch of my friends and colleagues in person for the first time. As soon as we got home from that, we were right back to settling into our new home, wedding planning, and I was back to work on Interlude. September rolled around, and with it, Realms Deep 2023. This was when I finally dropped Interlude, a little teaser of some of the stuff coming in Chapter 2. After Realms Deep, I took a break from game dev to focus solely on wedding planning, because the wedding was now barely 2 weeks away. Melly and I got married in our local zoo on a beautiful October weekend, and took some time to ourselves to recharge after such a crazy summer. Late October, I started working on Bone Rooms, kind of on a whim as a little personal game jam for Halloween, and I got pretty wrapped up working on that for a little while. It's a very fun little project, and I hope to finish it sometime, but it's back on the shelf right now because I really need to focus on CULTIC. October-November also brought the pseudo New Game Plus update, and work started on fleshing out the exterior of the police station from Interlude. This led directly into the Cultmas update, a small survival mode update with a new map, showing off a bit of the streets of New Grandwell, which was also a sneak peek at the first map of Chapter 2. Just before Christmas, I also brought back the Realms Deep 2021 demo map as a little treat. The new year brought a couple of other small updates as well. Ability Mode brought back the old cut ability system from early in CULTIC's development, and Snail Mode added a challenging and very stressful way to play the game. In February, Melly and I finally went on our long overdue honeymoon, and when we got back from that, work on Chapter 2 finally began properly. The maps in Chapter 2 so far have been quite a bit more detailed than the ones in Chapter 1, meaning there's a lot more work involved. Way more new models and textures, new music tracks, new enemies. So to help things along, I brought on a bit of help. That's right, CULTIC is no longer a fully solo project, with Nick joining the team around May. Many of you in the community knew Nick as the longtime community moderator for 3D Realms, or maybe even as the creator of the Marrow custom campaign for Blood. Nick is incredibly creative and efficient when it comes to map design, especially blockouts, which is the thing that I struggle with the most. Nick's been helping get some groundwork down for some of the maps in Chapter 2, especially the ones that I was having trouble coming up with ideas for, and it's been great having him around to bounce ideas off of as well. Here's a look at some of the work we've gotten done on Chapter 2 so far. Finally, and as kind of a direct follow-up to the last devlog, I started working on Cultiplayer again. I had put about 2 months of work into getting netplay working last year, and I recently started revisiting that work again. While co-op is still pretty unlikely to happen due to the reasons I outlined in the last video, it seemed a shame to let all of that work I'd already done go to waste. With a lot of hard work and completely rewriting a significant chunk of the game's code, I've made a ton of progress towards a functioning deathmatch mode. Major challenges like syncing up physics objects have been tackled, which makes me a lot more optimistic about the possibility of a working multiplayer mode in the future. I'm not making any guarantees right now, but the progress has been really promising so far, so hopefully that's something that continues to come together as development carries on. And that's about all I've got for you. We're working hard and plugging away at Chapter 2 pretty much every day. It's a bit too early to start talking about release dates or anything, but in the meantime, you can always follow development on my Twitter at JSawsGames or on the JSawsGames Discord, which I'll link in the description. Thanks for watching. Until next time.